the final episode of Season 1. Assalamualaikum. Hi guys. Cepat sangat rasa masa berlalu ni. Tup-tup dah sebulan dah PETCHcast ni. And if you've been enjoying this podcast, support and help it grow. Share it to your friends and family. Take a screenshot, put it on your IG story. Tag me at petchmono and I'd love to hear what you think about it so far. Nanti mungkin korang ada idea untuk Season 2 ke, who knows kan. So bolehlah message je, DM je. And for the very final episode for the season ni, I nak bawa you all menyelami. Nama dia pun dah menyelami kan. Satu profession ni yang I personally rasa cool and best gila. And teringin juga nak jadi actually. So dalam bedah siasat kali ni, kita nak korek pasal diver. Yes, and to share more on this, PETCHcast bawakan a very young scuba instructor, Daeng Munajat, Divemaster Irfa, and a travelling advocate, Pika. Hi guys! Hi, how are you guys? Semua sihat?
Alhamdulillah sihat.
Alhamdulillah.
We're doing good. Okay.
Doing good still coping dengan kita punya PKPB, segala PKP yang tak habis-habis ni kan?
Dah surviving dah lah, dah bukan coping
Surviving
dah.
Betul, sekarang ni memang on survival mode je sekarang ni.
Yep.
Faham. Okay, welcome to PETCHcast. First of all, I believe kita semua ni boleh dikategorikan as macam budak pulau lah kan? Sebab kita semua sangat cintakan air. Gitu. Dan suasana dekat pulau lah kan.
Macam cintakan air.
Memang lain macam babe. So dah lama sangat tak masuk pulau. How do you feel?
Kering.
Alah.
Kering Dia dah lama tak masuk pulau, dia jadi kering
Dia jadi macam
Insang jadi kering. Tapi
Yes.
you know, I started watching this Netflix punya series. It's called Outer Banks. Sorry.
Outer Banks, yeah, it's in my
Yeah.
list. Tapi tak tengok lagi.
cerita apa tu?
You guys should watch it though. It's about this bunch of teenagers lah, but they live on like an island though. I tengok cerita tu macam boleh nangis.
And they found
though.
something kan dalam cerita tu.
Yeah.
It's a
hunting for
movie
treasure,
ke
actually.
or reality show?
No, it's a
ke?
series.
Oh,
It's a series. It's a TV series.
But oh my god, every time I watch it, I rasa macam damn rindu though.
Rindu pulau.
Rindu
Faham
gila.
doh. Pika macam mana? How do you feel?
I dah macam meroyan and then okay and then meroyan balik and then okay balik and then meroyan balik. So sekarang I dah macam I try to let go of the feelings lah yang I tak boleh buat apa-apa. So I try to live with it. Yeah.
Basically sama je lah Pika.
Kan?
Ya. Itu dah sampai satu tahap yang kita kena make peace with it kan?
Betul?
Okay dah, just a little introduction. I just nak introduce my guest hari ni. Macam Pika sebenarnya I dah kenal lama. Sebenarnya Pika I dah kenal sebab she was my junior dekat sekolah dulu. And dulu dia tintong, sampai hari ni pun dia masih tintong. Walaupun hakikat dia, kerja hakiki dia sebagai seorang lawyer, tapi dia tetap tintong. And Irfa pula I dah kenal almost about 10 years kot babe kan?
Yes.
I think about 10 years. And
Kan?
actually my first diving experience was with Irfa. So thank you Irfa. I sebenarnya memang dah lama cintakan laut and pulau.
I tahu.
But Irfa specifically, Irfa showed me another way of viewing the beautiful water dengan this diving sport. Thanks for that Irfa.
Oh,
Amazing.
tapi alah, time tu pun macam you dengan Izul kan at that time.
Yeah.
It was like, entahlah, I met you, I pun sebenarnya I baru teringat bila you cakap yang sebenarnya the first time we met was like 10 years ago. Sebelum ni I terlupa because time tu kita dah lama tak jumpa kan.
Right.
And then we met again in Tioman last 2 years.
Yes.
So macam baru macam sedar macam benda-benda macam tu lah kadang buat I
Rindu.
tak payah cakap lah kan.
Macam reminisce balik the moment.
I think those kind of moments yang kept me going lah kot throughout this pandemic. In a way, macam tu lah. Yeah.
And Najat pula, Najat was my C4. Dia cikgu I. Waktu I took my first open water license. Ya, Lao Shi.谢谢老师. Wah, Najat juga hebat berbahasa Cina So, siapa nak cakap Cina dengan Najat boleh lah. Okay, my first question. How long have you been diving and when did you start? Apa yang spark your interest in diving sport?
For me, I started quite young lah. I think right after high school, about 18, 19 macam tu lah. But it started off with my parents sebenarnya. They started diving when I was in high school. I think maybe 14, when I was 14. So throughout my high school years tu memang my parents were divers lah. Dia akan pergi Bali lah, pergi Maldives
Bestnya.
lah.
Cool.
Sumpah
Yeah,
cool.
Tapi cool lah untuk diorang je lah sebab aku tak boleh datang. Aku kena pergi sekolah. So tengok je macam pergi mana? Kita orang pergi Maldives lah 4-5 days lah macam tu. Nanti balik lah. Okay, bye. Tengok je. So I didn't really get it. I didn't really get what they were doing. And I was in school anyway, so I'm not really thinking about diving at that time lah. I was too young for that. So I think right after high school, something like that, my dad ajak pergi Tioman. Kata, come, let's do your license. You 18 already, dah boleh buat license. Padahal I boleh je buat license when I was younger kan. So I did my open water license in Tioman juga, but not in Bayu lah. Dia dekat Damai. So I did my open water there. And then I was studying at the time in uni. So back and forth lah. Every time uni break je, I will stay on the island for a month. And then go back to uni. And then
Tapi waktu tu Bayu belum ada Najat?
Bayu belum ada. Bayu started I think mungkin dekat my last semester kat uni kot.
I see.
Then
diorang yang dengar ni mungkin macam apa tiba-tiba Bayu ni. Sebenarnya Bayu is a diving center yang Najat and family work on kan.
My dad started it lah.
Amazing. Dekat situ lah I ambil I punya license. So since 18 and now you are what, 52?
Pakcik.
Now I am.
So agak-agak dah more than 10 years lah kan?
It's been more than 10 years lah. I got my instructor when I was 23 or 22 if I.
What?
I think 23.
Amazing.
Dengan Haris lah, right? No, I tak buat dengan Haris.
Yeah, you are
About the same time.
A few months after Haris certified.
In the same year lah. In the same year. Irfa pula, when did you start diving? What made you venturing into diving?
So it started off waktu I kecil memang suka main air. So I ingat lagi waktu I sekolah
We
rendah.
all do, I think.
Waktu I sekolah rendah macam kalau every year orang dapat macam best student in mathematics ke apa ke, every year be best swimmer je. Sebab itu je yang paling suka pun pergi swimming class. Kelas lain macam And then my family jenis outdoor. So every year kita selalu macam pergi on a family trip. Usually kita pergi camping. But when I was 14, they decided to like masuk pulau. So itulah macam cinta pandang pertama. Macam first time I nampak beach kat Malaysia, saya macam what the,
cantik je kan?
Macam yang kita tengok dalam TV. Wah, cantik gila. That was in Tioman actually. My first tu I was 14. Time tu dekat bukan Long Beach. Pasir Cina.
Tioman ada Long
Pasir
Beach.
Cina.
Time tu kan snorkeling kan selalu stop by there. So tu macam it started off there. And then when I was 19 kot, my family took my sisters and my brother lah took diving license, but without me.
Why is that? You dia anak tirikan ke?
Wait, time tu memang I emo gila. No, because actually I tak boleh ikut diorang pergi pulau time tu, Tenggol. I was in UiTM tengah final. So diorang macam tak apalah, awak ambil nanti. So I kumpul duit. Lama agak kumpul duit. 21. Umur 21 baru I ambil my open water.
Faham, babe. I after 7-8 years baru ada license kot. So I faham, I can relate.
Ayo. Gigi weh, usaha.
Amazing.
So started off from there.
And sekarang you are a dive master ke dive instructor dah?
Not yet. I'm just a dive master. I'm still a dive master. Wanted to get my instructor, but then I got pregnant. Lepas tu macam sampai
and then
sekarang,
PKP happened.
PKP forever.
And then PKP forever. So we blame PKP for that lah.
And then pregnant balik.
Tahun dah.
and then pregnant lagi sekali.
Lepas tu tak dapat lagi buat instructor.
Faham.
Sampailah anak aku 3 orang.
Sampai anak dah jadi 5.
Amin.
Pika Pikoo.
Yes.
What about you?
I rasa I start dive baru lagi sebenarnya, about 5 to 6 years ago. Sebenarnya I plan nak ambil lesen dive ni dah lama lah. Dulu I suka travel to islands kan dengan my friends. Dan whenever kita orang pergi islands, kita orang nampak, kita orang kena pergi snorkeling. Kita orang nak pergi snorkeling, kita orang nampak a bunch of divers macam, coolnya korang ni. Kita orang macam budak-budak baru nak up yang dengan kau punya snorkel kan, macam
betul babe. Kita macam
dengan life
jealous je tengok daripada jauh kan.
Dah lah kau
jacket
aku
yang
langsung.
Dah lah
bang,
kau
tak ada
kena
size
pilih
XS tu, bang.
nak life jacket ke nak fin. Kalau kena pilih satu je. Lepas tu kau pun acah-acah fin. Wah, lepas tu kau penat sorang-sorang kan. So waktu tu I macam okay lah nak kena ambil lah lesen dive ni. So itu macam kita orang punya plan lah. I selalu pergi travel dengan my two best friends kan. And then tapi last yang berjaya ambil lesen dive tu ialah I seorang je. Another one pass away. Another one dia macam tak carry on lah dengan our dreams to become divers together. So last I make new friends lah with other divers friends on the island. So that is when I kenal Irfa and also Najat. And Najat is also my instructor for advance.
Juga. Same Lausha. For advance.
I punya Lausha.
Very memorable course that one. Very memorable.
Very memorable.
I wonder
Until today I
why
will
is
not
that.
forget lah.
Okay, mungkin kita boleh korek cerita sekejap lagi. Kita simpan dulu.
Kita tanya Pika dulu lah.
Tapi I think I can relate lah, sebab macam sama macam Pika cakap tadi, kalau zaman kita dulu like 10, 9, 8 years ago, kalau pergi pulau just untuk 3 days 2 nights punya trip kan, kita macam sekadar, biasalah kalau kita pergi 3 days 2 nights punya trip yang package selalunya, first day you sampai and then you lepak-lepak, second day baru you pergi snorkeling. So bila kita pergi snorkeling tu, kita tengok pula geng-geng diver, sama ada diorang baru nak turun ataupun diorang baru naik
Nampak
rasa
lagi
macam,
handsome lah biasanya.
Betul, baru naik selalu
Basah-basah.
nampak lagi macam hot gila babi lah. Dia macam dengan wetsuit diorang, bawa diorang punya tank semua. Tapi macam I fikir time tu macam, weh, ini bapak teringin siap nak jadi macam diorang, tapi ni mesti mahal ni, confirm. Because me being a petchmono akan sentiasa everything will relate back to duit.
Betul.
So, mahal sial. So I think that's why lah it explains lah kenapa took a few years juga lah untuk finally get my own license kan. Tapi sebenarnya isu duit, isu cost nak ambil license dan sebagainya ni tak adalah tinggi sangat. It's just that you perlu beberapa masa lah untuk kumpul. Kalau nak kalau macam time tu waktu kita start minat pun kita student pun kena ada duit monthly salary ke apa kan. So memang kena gigih sikit lah, memang kena bersabar guys membawa ke soalan seterusnya, how to get started, as in how to get started diving as a diver. Sebab ramai orang yang diorang ada thoughts yang, alah I tak pandai swimming lah, I tak pandai berenang, boleh ke nak join dive. Pasal ada orang cakap macam, alah I takut air, I takut dalam dan sebagainya kan. Of course you guys semua pernah dengar benda ni dan naik berbuih telinga dengar kan. Dan macam-macam lagi lah benda yang kita dengar bila orang yang tak pernah dive tapi dia orang nak try. So what is your comment on this, and what are the steps to actually start diving? Siapa boleh share?
I think for somebody who tak boleh swim, katalah okay, when you get courses kan, biasanya bila ada courses, we try to get to know our students before we start diving dulu kan. So the ones who don't know how to swim, they will usually say, I want to challenge myself. I phobia dengan air, so I nak challenge diri I nak pergi diving. So for me, I rasa kalau you phobia dengan air and you nak pergi diving, the only person you're challenging is me.
Is the Lausha.
Correct. Yes.
Kesian you.
The only person yang you challenge, kalau you phobia air and you nak suruh I ajar you, I'm the one that's being challenged, not I nak kena bawa you. So I think for people
your life is on my hand.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it's real, and things can happen. Accidents can happen anytime. Ask Irfa, ask anybody who dives. One slip up, you can go, no? And I'm not to scare people ke apa lah. But if let's say you cannot swim, I would suggest you go for swimming classes first. Then after those swimming classes, barulah you go into diving once you dah confident dalam air. But for those who can swim tapi tak confident, right? Just watch videos. That's the best tip I can give you. Just go to YouTube, watch videos, watch macam how to beginner classes. Kan ada banyak YouTube videos tu kan.
How to for dummies, how to
Correct.
banyak.
Bukannya you terus pergi dive. You tengok dulu, you tengok video dia, you try to faham, what is this exercises yang you have to do underwater, macam mana nak pakai equipment ni. So bila you actually decide and say, okay, I want to do this diving thing, when you get there, you won't be lost. Because I pernah dapat student, he's a French girl. Okay, med student tau. Dia study dekat Singapore, tak silap. I think a year or 2 years ago. Last year mana ada dive. 2 years ago. So when she came to do her open water, she knew everything. Maknanya dia dah tahu semua dah.
Dia dah buat
ni
research
There you
lah.
go.
Oh, ini
Sebab
first
dia dah,
stage. Lepas tu dia tanya I,
prior
dia
knowledge.
tanya I lagi. There's supposed to be a rubber ring around this
wow.
on the tank or on the regulator, right? I cakap, oh yeah, that's the O-ring. So
Tapi jarang lah nak dapat
Jarang
student
lah,
macam
jarang
ni.
lah.
Ini memang overachiever punya
Betul.
student ni.
tapi the fact yang
Nombor
dia,
satu dalam kelas.
dah research kan,
Uh-uh.
it helps her lah. Sebab bila I ajar pun,
Yeah.
dia pun senang faham and dia pun
It
tak
gets easy lah. Dan actually sebelum orang nak try betul-betul untuk take license dan sebagainya, sebenarnya ada this one course yang everyone can just take kan, just untuk have a feel of how diving feel like. Macam apa nama dia tu?
Discovery
Scuba diving.
Yeah, Discovery Scuba
Yeah.
Diving. So yang ini anyone can take. Sebab even my first experience in diving pun I took DSD.
Yeah.
Just untuk rasa pakai all this gear, equipment tu apa semua kan.
Betul.
Cool juga. So macam Irfa, okay, kalau boleh secara briefly, kalau diving ni dia ada berapa stage? Macam the first one is DSD lah. And after that ada apa lagi? Sampai macam nak jadi an instructor macam Munajat.
Okay, faham. So actually for DSD tadi Discover Scuba Diving tu is actually a short course lah. It's like a one-time thing where you can just try diving. The license starts at open water diver. So itu is your first certification and you can usually dive up to 18 meters. 18 meters tu is your limit lah. Okay, so after that is advanced open water. Advanced open water tu is macam more to like meneruskan you punya pelajaran knowledge. You go more into a few things in diving because
And you can dive deeper.
Yes, you can dive deeper up to 40 meters lah. So recreationally 40 meters is our top limit. Yeah, so after that is rescue diver. Rescue diver, so you belajar emergency first response. So you jadi macam rescue diver lah. But actually rescue diver is mostly to know how to take care of yourself underwater. And then you have dive master. So dive master tu is the start of professional level. So you take certified diver, go out diving. And then you have open water scuba instructor. So itulah lausha.
Lausha. Kiranya career as a diver dah boleh start daripada dive master lah.
Boleh.
correct.
Yes.
Dia macam lecturer sambilan lah kat universiti macam tu. Part-time lecturer. Macam tutor. Amazing.
The only difference is that dive master we cannot certify people to become a certified diver.
You don't have the power to license people.
Yes, itu only instructor je boleh certify people.
Nice.
Kita orang sebenarnya tour guide. Kita orang yang macam jenis have fun yang macam tadi. Yang mencari
yang stress tu semua cikgu.
Najat tadi,
Dia yang best je dive master.
Yes, kita orang
itu
best
betul.
gila.
Tadi nampak ada ikan.
Pak betul.
Kalau
Diorang
kita
balik tengok pasir
kita tengok
je.
pasir je. Every time kalau
Aduh.
korang nak tengok macam yang mana instructor, yang mana DM, you tengok yang muka tension je, yang muka tengah cari barang je. Itu instructor lah tu. Ada student aku punya
Muka pisang
tadi ada
kan.
kat sini. Dive
Tak
master.
pinggang.
Lepas tu
Dive
ni
master
macam ni,
guys, let's go,
jari
have
kira. Sikit-sikit
Ah,
pusing belakang
betul.
kira. Sikit-sikit pusing
Kira
belakang.
berapa orang ada, masih cukup 5 orang tak ke dah jadi 4 orang. Macam tu.
Lepas tu
Jangan jadi
Faham,
6
faham.
orang.
Jangan jadi 6 orang, takut. Okay, Pika, basic rule of diving apa?
never hold your breath. Betul ke?
Betul.
Betul. Aku saja bagi
Mana
macam
ada lagi dua.
soalan cepumas kat kau.
Baik, jangan.
Yes,
Cikgu
number
aku
one,
dalam
basic.
ni, jangan.
Yes.
Sis nervous.
Kang dia tarik aku punya lesen kang.
Kan? Tak, sebab kadang-kadang macam again, orang yang tak pernah diving, dia jadi panik. Biasa kan, orang lausha mesti tahu punya. Panik underwater kan. So, dia orang bila panik, dia macam tak tahu macam mana nak breathe through benda yang dipakai kat mulut tu. Regulator kan nama dia.
Ya, Petch nama dia regulator.
Dah lama tak masuk pulau, orang kena faham.
Dah lama tak masuk benda dalam mulut kan.
Yes. So kadang-kadang dia orang padahal benda tu ada je kat mulut, boleh je bernafas macam biasa. Tapi kadang-kadang dia panik, so dia tahan nafas. So sebenarnya untuk semua yang mendengar ni, tahan nafas bila diving adalah sangat sangat-sangat bahaya. Sila jangan tahan nafas anda. Gitu. Najat, can you like again remind us apa yang 5 basic, apa yang macam ada wine, apa semua tu? Yang body check semua tu, akronim tu. Aku dah lupa tu.
Beer, wine, rum and friends.
Itu kita orang punya short form lah. Apa tadi? Beer, wine, rum and friends.
Ke je boleh pakai yang ni lah, syariah compliant sikit lah.
Itu yang naughty punya.
Big white rabbits are fluffy.
Yeah.
So that's actually your ready check before you go diving. So your B is for BCD. So you check everything lah, your inflator, your dump valve semua working. W is your weights. So make sure you have enough weights on your waist. R is for your releases. Alright, so make sure that your clip semua is on. A is for your air. Make sure your air is turned on. And F is final check. F is final check from top to toe lah. Make sure everything is there.
Baik cikgu kita ingat lagi kelas ni.
Baik walaupun dah lama kita tak
walaupun lama tak ada student.
Yes.
Dan boleh praktis kat IME
So benda ni memang kena selalu check before kita go dive. Kan? Okay, macam you guys mention tadi, kalau nak ambil license macam open water, usually my own experience 4 days 3 nights. So memang cukup ke time ni 4 days 3 nights ni, ke sebenarnya boleh lagi short? And ada ke orang yang actually fail bila ambil license? Ada ke?
Macam I kan, as a
Pika pernah fail ke?
Bukan, tak pernah fail lah. Macam I kira macam I kategori student lah yang paling loser sekali kat sini kan. So for me, in my opinion, macam 5 days tu bagi I macam terlalu padat tau sebenarnya. Dia macam kau kena 5 days tu, for 4 days 3 nights tu kau memang kena belajar je. And to be honest, during my time masa I ambil open water, I pun macam tak berapa nak enjoy, because to me benda tu macam stressful sangat-sangat. Lepas tu kau baca buku, lepas kau baca buku kau masuk air, lepas tu kau baca buku lagi, lepas tu kau masuk air lagi. Dia macam university dalam 4 hari. Takut tau.
Intense lah.
And then you can, to me, I don't really feel the excitement of being underwater throughout the 4 days tu. It just too much pressure lah. Dia kau tak rasa macam dulu kau beria sangat nak ambil lesen kan. Lepas tu bila kau duduk bawah air tu kau macam tak, aku nak keluar boleh tak? Aku stress lah. Asyik-asyik kena buat mask clearing. You know, bila buat mask clearing tu, bagi I takut tau buat benda tu. Sebab yelah kita tak biasa kan. That is actually our first time underwater. And then we are not really comfortable with the environment yet. Lepas tu kau kena buka pula. Kau kena buka pula. Lepas tu kau takut macam kau buta lah, apalah dalam tu macam-macam lah. Baru.
Air masin pula kan. Air masin pula.
Dia macam ni. Dia macam itu lah, bila you mandi lepas tu you tutup mata, lepas tu you macam
lepas tu you ada idea macam ada ju-on pula kat depan.
You buka ada tangan kat belakang you macam tu.
Dah mula macam-macam.
Macam tu lah rasa mask clearing.
Tapi dia punya happiness and excitement tu datang after you finally certified and then you come back to do your fun dive. Itu memang best. Itu memang
Kalau macam Najat, macam tadi cakap ada je yang orang yang fail. Kenapa diorang, apa faktor yang membuatkan diorang fail? Sebab dah bayar bukan murah, bukan puluh-puluh ringgit, bayar dah nak beribu. Kenapa macam masih boleh fail?
Dia usually kalau failure ni is during the practical portion of the course. So dia ada dua portions lah, dia ada theory and practical. Theory I can help you. I can teach you online. I can sit down with you for 3-4 hours to teach you something that you don't understand. Tapi bila when it comes to practical dalam air, you know, you can only try as the amount of air you have lah kan. Kalau one dive can last you 1 hour je lah. Lepas tu suka tak suka kita kena naik juga. And usually lah when we have students yang really trying, when they are really trying, they can swim, cuma sometimes they are not comfortable with the water tau. For example, when you buka your mask, right, it's normal to have air masuk dalam hidung. Tu normal.
You
air
in the
masuk
water
dalam
pula.
mata. Yeah, correct. Air masuk dalam mata normal. Air masuk dalam mulut normal lah. Air masuk dalam telinga. Sebab everywhere is air kan. Kalau you you know, they always say macam, masin lah. Then I always tell them,
dia nak buat tasting test pula.
Nak manis kau buat swimming pool, kau letak air sirap bandung kat dalam tu.
Letak gula buat banyak.
So usually we as instructors lah, I believe all instructors are they have this thing that we will do lah. We will try as long as our students tu betul-betul nak belajar. We will try as hard as we can, and if they want to stop, we will make sure they say they want to stop. I don't like to say I
Faham?
think you should stop. You know, it's not nice
Yeah.
to break somebody punya semangat like that. But
True.
kalau I pernah ada one student, I think I was in the water sampai maghrib lah kan. Ada sekali yang shore dive.
Tu masuk
Lama.
daripada pukul berapa?
Tak, we started diving at 5 macam tu. Tapi shore first dive lah, very shallow water. So dia dah tak boleh buat apa-apa skills. So I just suruh dia duduk kat situ and I sambung mengajar orang lain. So dia duduk je, dia tengok je.
Dia cakap ke dia tak nak buat dekat dalam air tu?
Tak boleh. Memang tak boleh buka mask, tak boleh. So
it's just hard for her
very
lah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So the person was very uncomfortable. So there's no point for me to force her and cakap take off your mask because dia akan jadi lagi stress.
Dia akan stress.
So what I do is that I will do the other students and bagi dia
Go
tengok
back to
lah. Bagi dia tengok je. Tak apa, you tak payah buat, you tengok je. So bila dia dah tengok ramai orang buat lama-lama, so dia akan rasa macam boleh je. You know, my friends semua boleh buat, okay je. So right after that, dah habis, so we'll walk back lah. So as we walking back, I will tell everybody else to go ahead without me. So I will pass them to a Divemaster lah untuk tolong with the equipment semua. And I will stay back with that one student lah. And then usually that would be like the solution lah to people who are macam very nervous, because then they already spend 1 hour of just duduk tak buat apa-apa, just bernafas je.
Yeah.
You know? And air bukan dia
dapat
dalam
personal
pun.
one-to-one coaching
Betul.
tau. Passionate tau instructor ni. So kalau korang yang teringin nak ambil ni, ambil lah dengan Najat. Gitu.
Tapi dia fail juga. So
Tapi fail atas diri sendiri lah.
Tapi I will try lah. We try as hard as we can. But it's not for everybody lah. Sebab macam ada juga students yang ada ear problems. This is also one more thing
tak
though,
boleh equalize.
yes, correct. Because when you go into the water, you get a lot of pressure, right? So you need to be able to equalize your ears. So I pernah dapat student yang ada medical condition yang dia punya ear lobe dia kecil. Dia punya ear lobe lah. Apa? Ear canal dia. Ear canal dia kecil. So memang dia bukan sebab dia tak nak dive, tapi dia memang tak boleh. Dia
tak boleh.
Kesian
Keadaan
dia.
tak mengizinkan. Kesian juga.
Kan.
Kesian tu. Sebab dia boleh buat semua. Dia boleh buat teori.
Cuma dia tak boleh go deeper je.
Dia boleh
God.
bagi 3 meter je.
I can't imagine if I am that person.
3 meters je. So dia duduk lah kat atas tu. Sampai habis course dia ikut tu.
Alah, siannya.
Tapi I tak boleh certify lah. I just macam okay, bagi DM seorang. Kesian tu.
Boleh lah dia macam DSD sikit boleh lah.
Sedih.
Okay. Nice sharing. I nak tanya Pika. Pika, since you are a travelling advocate. Gitu. Travelling advocate. Sebab kalau orang yang tak tahu Pika ni dia macam dia merata-merata dunia dia dah pergi. Macam-macam ada je benda yang dia ni buat. Kan? Naik motor pergi sana lah, panjat gunung ni lah, menyelam itulah, inilah, ada je benda yang nak buat. I don't want to ask how you manage your time, sebab benda tu I believe orang boleh tengok. You have been sharing dekat IG story frequently. They can watch on your videos dekat YouTube. So siapa yang nak ni boleh subscribe lah YouTube Pika Pikoo kan.
Pika Pikoo.
Tapi I nak tanya, now you pun bawa orang masuk pulau, sama ada untuk ambil license or just
fun dive,
leisure, percutian lah macam tu. So what is so interesting about it? Kenapa you decide untuk buat benda ni?
Dia macam it's actually part of sharing your passion to people lah. Sebab you tahu how it feels to, be able to enjoy pergi diving kan. And now you want everyone else to share the same thing juga. So that is when bila orang cerita, orang akan datang dekat I, because I macam attached dengan project vacation juga. And then project vacation ni dia banyak buat diving punya course lah. Dia ada jual diving course juga, and kita akan bawa ke Bayu juga. So bila orang macam tanya I kan, kenapa aku perlu dive, nanti I akan cerita kenapa dengan penuh bersemangat kan. Sebab kita tahu perasaan,
penuh antusias.
Kita tahu perasaan dia macam mana, perasaan untuk pergi diving tu, from the journey, bila dah sampai, lepas tu bila lepak, not underwater saja, tapi the friendship we have masa dekat bayou itself lah, because I've had
The environment
kita jumpa orang kita tak kenal, semuanya diverse, kita share stories. Kadang-kadang cerita tu simple je tapi we make it so fun yang apa yang kelakar pun kita pun tak tahu, but only us understand kan.
Can relate lah.
So bila I buat benda tu, I rasa macam best lah. And then also tu macam another sebab untuk I pergi pulau juga. Bila I bawa orang, ada sebab lah untuk I pergi pulau. Kadang-kadang I plan, nak bawa je, I tak nak pun dive. Lepas tu tiba sampai sana, nanti tiba ada Irfa lah, ada Najat lah. Lepas tu nanti semua macam, turun lah. Dah turun. Macam tu lah biasanya. So that's why I think I love to do so lah. Walaupun berjumpa dengan macam-macam jenis orang.
Faham. Sebab macam-macam orang ni macam-macam ragam lah kan.
Betul.
Okay, I nak tanya Irfa. Irfa, apa yang orang boleh expect bila diorang diving?
So me, in my personal experience, why diving is really important to me, because somehow it changed my life.
It changed my life too.
Expect to find a husband.
And
That could be a reason.
Betul, boleh juga menjadi
Find a husband and make a son.
bertemu jodoh. But actually, yes, so it started off because I took my diving license when I was 21 kan. Biasalah umur 21, hara lah remaja yang macam tahu apa dia nak buat hidup dia, apa tak tahu kan. Lost.
That was the days lah.
Yes. So dia macam scuba diving helped me in managing in my life, because bila I started diving, it changed my perception about a lot of things tau. Because first thing first is when I fell in love dengan diving is because I get to go underwater, which is lah macam it's a whole different world. Dia macam macam cerita Avatar tu sama. Dia macam you masuk into like a different world. So macam kat situ macam you rasa macam betapa kecilnya diri you gitu. And I've met a lot of people through diving, so you can make friends. Macam that's how I met Najat, how I met my husband, how I met Pika and you. Diving, dia macam boleh take you to an unexpected journey lah. Macam apa yang you expect, tak expect pun. Macam tu.
Gitu. Expect the unexpected. Tak, sebab macam selama ni tengok gambar dekat Google, tengok benda-benda corals, marine life and all.
Tak
Tapi
sama.
bila korang sendiri tengok dengan mata kasar, memang tak sama.
You have to be there.
Betul. Ini bukan 4K, 5K ke, tak ada. Ini memang like legit depan mata kot. Gila. Itu memang lawa. Sumpah cantik.
Kan.
Okay, quick one. How many dives have you guys logged in? Kalau korang boleh ingat. secara sebab korang macam dah level-level professor, so mesti dah banyak. Tapi secara purata lah, korang rasa dah berapa dive dah korang dah buat?
I rasa
I tak ingat tu. Tapi I rasa Najat paling banyak.
I rasa my last I dah ada
1,000?
4 ada 4 dive computer. The
Wow.
last dive computer yang I pakai yang sebelum rosak ada 1,300 dive. So, I rasa lah 4,000 lah kot.
Itu
3,000
sikit lagi nak jadi
5,000-6,000
jet
Ada
fish.
kan dalam ingat dive com yang warna hijau yang
You banyak dive com gitu tak?
dive com
Oh, banyak. Baik, nak compare dengan I rasa I baru dalam 30 dive. Dia dah buat 5,000 dive guys.
Ada dah ribu-ribu lah. Confirm ribu-ribu lah Irfa. You pun
Confirm
lah.
ribu-ribu lah.
I tak sampai 1,000.
Irfa?
You sampai. You kerja pulau lah. How many years? 3 years?
Sebab tu masalah I. Kadang tu
Tak log in.
I log dekat dive log I tu, tapi kadang macam I confused. Macam
Faham.
macam you ke ni?
Tapi almost 1,000 lah. Banyak lah tu. Itu bukan
Mesti
itu bukan
banyak
sikit
lah,
lah tu.
Irfan.
I
Banyak.
rasa 8 cukup, 800 plus maybe.
Kelas.
Pika?
I tak keep track, tapi I know above 100 dah. Sebab I punya achievement ni lah bagi I 100. Betul dah habis 100. 100. Lepas tu dah.
Faham.
Aku dah lulus lah 100 tu.
Kan? Tak, sebab macam I want to dive as many times as I could as possible. Tapi itulah sebab I started late. 2018 ke 2019 baru ada license macam tu. Tapi bila dah tengok excited, dah fiery gila babi nak start diving, MCO happen guys. MCO happen. Kalau tak Pika, I dah bayar down payment deposit dah dekat Pika. Patutnya nak pergi sipadan mabur. Tapi tak boleh, kita tak boleh fly out and all. So banyak actually I rasa I dah berhutang dalam another 30 dives sepanjang 2 tahun kita pandemik ni.
Betul.
Geram rasa Ayo.
Tapi I remember you cakap Petch yang you nak buat Divemaster this year ke before 2022 I think. You said
yes, because I wanted to take the rescue first.
Yeah.
So in 2025 my plan was to actually become a Divemaster by 2025. So ada lagi
Okay
now,
lah.
now
Ada
it's
lagi
already
masa.
2021. Ada lagi 4 tahun.
Belajar dulu. Rescue diri sendiri atas darat dulu.
Kita boleh belajar. Masalahnya kita tak tahu PKP ni, MCO ni sampai bila. No one knows.
Betul.
Mana tahu dia jadi lagi another 2, 3, 4 years.
Betul.
Oi, pisang. Okay, I nak tanya experience you all as instructor, as dive master, or even Pika pun kalau selalu kita join orang buat fun dive kan. I'm sure you guys have taught hundreds, even thousands of people. So boleh tak share any unforgettable moment bila ajar and bawa orang dive? Sebab macam Irfa, I know she is very garang one Garang. Sebab I pernah witness dia jerit dekat students So cuba share sikit your
tapi I rasa
unforgettable moment.
I rasa semua instructor garang weh.
Tak, kita as macam the instructors akan semua nak Irfa yang assist dia orang. Sebab senang. So instructors tu tak payah marah tau. Dia macam relax
Dia pass the job to Irfa.
Sebab dia tak payah sambil jalan angkat tank tu. Korang ni so macam okay lah, tak payah ringankan kalau tak instructor nak kena
Irfa dia ada macam mak-mak dia
bukan,
vibe tau.
I was the nicest one, okay, out of you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Instructor semua garang lagi.
So she says. So any unforgettable moment tak? Dan yang korang tak boleh lupa. Ada orang hilang
Ada
ke?
masa
orang
course
terjatuh
dengan
tank ke?
Naja ingat kot.
Masa Pika buat course advance dengan ada one of my divers hilang. But it's not oh, that was crazy. What a crazy dive that was.
Kita tengah buat navigation kan waktu tu.
Kita tengah buat navigation.
Faham.
I think the vis wasn't bad juga kan. It was good vis kan.
Yeah, it's okay. Mula-mula.
It was like I think 10 or 12 meters lah at least lah the vis.
Cantik tu.
Dekat shore ke?
Tak,
No, dekat
Rengis.
kan semua orang tengah duduk duduk dengan kneeling down kan. And then
Dia hilang.
ada seorang tu mula keluar. Okay, navigation kan, you have to navigate yourself. You Najat bagi dia punya coordinate, kau keluar and then kau kena you're expected to come back lah. Ada satu hamba Allah ni, dia dah keluar, lama dia keluar tak balik-balik weh. Lepas tu Najat datang kat I waktu tu. Najat datang, Najat tanya I, dia buat hand signal lah, Pika mana nampak ke? Kita orang dah main pasir dah sebab lama sangat. Faham tak? Kita orang macam leka main pasir. Lepas tu kita cakap tak tahu. Lepas tu Najat keluar balik. Kita orang yang duduk kat situ tunggulah kan mana cikgu aku tak datang-datang. Kata cikgu datang. Cikgu datang, cikgu cakap tak ada lagi.
Time tu kedalaman dia berapa meter?
Dalam 12 meters at that time. Actually dia kena buat square. So it's not that big. It's 10 kicks. So memang nampak lah. Kalau 12 meter vis tu memang nampak lah kalau dia buat square. So I had I think 4 students ke 5 students at that time. So I tengok lah. Nampak lah dia buat from point A to point B. Okay. Point B to point C. Okay. Point C to point D. Okay. So from point D back to point A. Tak payahlah tengok kan. Takkan dia tak nampak aku.
Kita ramai kan.
Because I can see him. And he's making a square, right? He has to swim back to me. So I boleh lah handle. Okay, you guys pula standby. Make sure you set up. Because expecting that
he will come back.
He knows the way back lah.
Correct. Takkan you don't look around and say, oh tu, you know. So I thought, okay. So bila I pusing balik, he's not there. So bila dia tak ada kat situ tu, awal-awal tu memang jam juga. So I fikir kat mana dia ni pergi . So I thought, okay, mungkin dia zigzag to the other side tau. So okay, I told them to wait for a while. I go and look for him. So tak jumpa. So I think after like 1 or 2 minutes tu, I macam okay lah, kena bail lah. Tak boleh buat dah ni kan. I don't know where he is also. I was looking for him for
lama juga. Lama juga.
Dah 2-3 minutes lah at least. I rasa penat lah. So I tak tahu kat mana. I went and collect everybody else. Go up.
And you guys ascend lah.
Ascend, masuk dalam boat. So from the boat tu lah cari. So I was free diving, snorkeling on top. So boat pergi belah kanan, I pergi belah kiri macam tu. So snorkel nak cari lah where is this person. So I think maybe like 10 minutes after that Pika.
I think another boat yang ada lagi satu boat sebelah sana yang tiba-tiba cakap ada diver bawah ni. Dia cakap macam tu. It's quite far, you know, from our place.
From korang punya tempat tu.
Quite far.
Nasib lah dia punya tank air tu macam banyak ke apa ke kan.
Kau tahu kenapa dia hilang weh?
Yes.
Dia nampak ikan kedahnya. Lepas
Ah.
tu dia macam
Serious ah?
khayal.
Dia dah
Dia
fascinated.
Dia
Dia
di
fascinated
bawah
dengan ikan
arus
tu.
Yeah.
ikan, imajinasi, halusinasi dia.
Sumpah tak kelakar.
Dia cakap ada ikan tu banyak tadi, so aku ikut ikan tu. Macam
Geram kan? Geram
geram.
Faham. Sebab itulah yang kita cakap awal-awal tadi. Dunia dekat bawah ni lain. Dia sangat cantik. So bila benda-benda cantik ni, kita sangat mudah untuk fascinated dan tertarik kan. Tapi memang dia jadi masalah kalau kau hilang lah. Itu masalah negara. Sebab 1 minit kalau dah lost contact pun dah kira lama kan. Kalau kita tak jumpa kita punya buddy in 1 minute, we should stand up kan.
Manalah ada mak-mak side of me tak keluar.
Terus keluar.
Lentur lah undang-undang tu.
yang I remember witness, this happened recently lah kan. Kita punya last dive kan. Kan selalu even time tu kita buat fun dive kot. So everyone is licensed punya diver.
Aku ada ke waktu tu kan?
Ada rasanya kita semua geng-geng ada. So macam it was super basic. Bila kita back roll masuk air, benda first thing bila kita dah masuk air, kita akan fully inflate kan. Kita fully inflate, life jacket tu bagi dia kembung sekembung-kembungnya untuk kita float lah. Sebab kita belum dapat arahan untuk turun lagi. So ada satu tak ingatlah siapa, Mamat ke Minah tu, dia tak inflate kot apa macam tu lah. Lepas tu dengar suara Irfa, mak tiri dah jerit, tu sumpah pecah tu.
Itu dia pergi buat negative entry, feeling. Orang lain semua kat atas,
kita dah terapung-rapung macam Rohingya.
Tak salah
buat
sebab live
negative
tu ada
entry.
current. Tak salah ada slight current sikit, surface current. So I takut dia hanyut kan. Dah satu hal lagi, siapa nak kena ambil?
Dia lah.
Mau tak keluar suara petik.
Tapi I rasa
bagus
penting lah
penting.
untuk you all macam dive master, instructor memang kena garang. Benda ni melibatkan nyawa kot.
nyawa.
Lepas tu dia orang ni
Correct.
macam kadang-kadang dia orang sebenarnya orang yang buat silap tu bukannya orang yang tak pandai tau. Semua kalau tanya kan engineer, doktor, semua yang memang hebat-hebat.
betul.
Tapi tak tahu kenapa dia macam masuk air ke lawyer. Bukannya tak bijak kot. Tapi agaknya dia panik kan.
Panic lah. Panic
Sebab
can
there's
happen to anyone
there's
kan.
something new tau. So
Tapi we are still fun, okay?
we are fun.
Macam
We are
that,
fun.
Itu
there are
aku
still the
setuju
fun
lah.
side of us.
Adalah.
You all yang mendengarkan ni jangan
Yeah.
takut. Ni semua asam garam.
Yes. Dia macam because when it comes to we have to teach, when we have to take care of you, we are serious about that. We have fun. Tapi but when it comes to macam membahayakan nyawa awak atau orang lain, then that's where
Mak Tiri character comes in lah. Yes. Alang-alang kita cakap pasal tu kan, I nak tanya, what are the dangerous part of this sport yang orang kena
For
takut?
me, it is DCS lah kot. Bukan orang kena tahu, orang tahu tapi orang tak faham.
Orang
Because
tak
not
tahu
clear
sebenarnya.
about it. I
Nanti
rasa orang
public
tak
at
tahu.
large tak tahu.
Non-divers.
yeah, I mean non-divers. I mean divers. If I'm talking about divers lah. Divers tahu DCS, tapi divers tak tahu how
Serious it
Dangerous.
is.
how
Could
dangerous
be.
and how serious it is lah.
Yeah.
I think that is one thing lah, especially among instructors and dive masters. To be completely honest with you, me included, because there something yang macam if you dive for too long or you dive too much pun you can. So DCS is takut viewers
what
you
is
tak faham
DCS?
ya. DCS is decompression sickness. So what happens is when you dive, okay, you will get a lot of nitrogen build up in your body though. So when you ascend from that dive, the nitrogen will expand. So DCS ni is the sickness that is caused by the expansion of nitrogen in your body lah. So you can get mild symptoms, for example macam numbness, macam kebas-kebas kat tangan, or you can have difficulty breathing ke, or like in serious cases you boleh dapat stroke, or you so it's actually very serious. So but it's easily avoidable. So the how DCS gets to you is that if it's either if you dive too deep or dive too long. Tu je. Dua benda je. Depth and time. That's the only two variables yang affect
Factors.
DCS lah. So ramai like especially instructors and dive masters lah, professional levels when we dive we don't because you dive every day tau. So 40 meters, what is 40 meters? 45 meters, what is 45
perasan lah.
meters?
It's too common.
You
It's
tak,
too common
you
already.
dah tak takut. Like for me, I experienced lah before DCS yang it was very bad, very bad lah. And I was in basically a stroke lah for about 2 days macam tu. So I kena masuk chamber dalam 4 kali. 4 kali dalam chamber sekali masuk chamber dalam 4 jam 5 jam. So
Lama.
yes.
You boleh
lama
bawa
gila.
phone ke dalam tu Najat? Dalam chamber
boleh.
tu. So you
Tak boleh.
kosong lah. Pisang weh.
Pisang
4
lah.
jam weh.
Tidur je lah.
Yalah tidur. Tak tidur pun tak boleh bro. Susah
What is the purpose of the chamber?
So it's called a recompression chamber.
I
So
see.
what it does is dia akan pressurize the chamber, and dalam chamber tu is 100% oxygen.
Oh.
Okay, so dia akan compress the nitrogen daripada yang kembang tadi tu jadi kecil balik. So
And you inhale more oxygen.
correct. So when you exhale tu, yang nitrogen yang dah kecil tu dia akan keluar lah slowly.
Dia akan release from the body lah.
Correct.
Amazing. And I think another benda yang orang perlu tahu yang mungkin bahaya because marine life ni terlalu banyak kan. So ada certain marine life yang boleh membahayakan. But I think you guys tak perlu rasa takut lah pasal benda ni sebab as long as you follow SOP, diving pun ada SOP as long as you follow SOP, you
mask kena pakai. Kalau mask tak pakai tak boleh.
Mask kena pakai.
Kita pakai
Itu
lama
paling
tau,
SOP.
divers. We've been following SOPs, you know.
Yes.
Kalau
So
pergi
as long as
diving.
you all dekat dengan you all punya Divemaster instructor, it should be no problem lah. Okay, kita dah borak banyak pasal diving and all. I just nak tanya, almost a year lebih kita dah tak jejak air masin ni. What do you guys do? How did you cope a year not being in the water? Apa yang korang buat? Najat?
For me, every morning akan ambil air suam, I akan letak garam sikit, lepas tu I teguk tu.
Just supaya tak lupa rasa air laut.
Yeah, baru macam refresh.
Lain macam.
No lah, basically macam now pun I'm doing odd jobs here and there. Simple stuff lah. I mean it's weird because I was talking to Haris about this as well. Kata, you know, all our lives lah, all my life lah, my career basically, most of my friends semua career, you know, kat banker, you know, lawyers, doctors, engineers, and like I chose my career. I mean early on in my life that I want to dive lah, I want to teach. I love teaching and I love diving. And now I can't dive and I can't teach. So, you know, I was asking Haris is also an instructor. Tanya lah. So like we feel like we lost our identity in a sense. Yang
You
macam
lost yourself.
You lost yourself because I'm Najat, I'm a diver. But I'm a diver that cannot dive and cannot teach. So what am I?
And like when I don't dive, who am I?
Yeah, who am I?
Who am I now?
Yeah, who am I now?
I know.
So it's one hell of an experience lah, to be honest, because diving ni pun I don't expect to be diving when I'm 40, 45, like still teaching lah actively kan. We are on a timer. I know that by when I'm in my mid 30s tu I akan slow down lah, definitely lah. Even now pun ada rasa dah slow down lah, but you know, you just kind of feel like you got robbed of your prime lah. I just got married, you know, I feel like okay, life is like, you know, very exciting time to be alive, and then suddenly whoa, you know,
this happened. Yeah.
And it took me a while to completely you know, digest and accept. I think accept lah, nak redor tu, nak redor and accept that okay, I have to look at other stuff. What else can I do? Who am I if I'm not Najat the diver?
But I'm sure you have many talents yang lain, so you can just work things out, kan?
Yeah.
Teaching Mandarin ke?
Share
ni lao share.
Only swear words lah.
Swear words.
What about janganlah swear words. What about you, Irfa? What's your day-to-day be like so far?
So
More
now,
time for family, definitely.
Yes.
Too much time for
I've already got too much time actually. Mumming dia is like 24/7 ni betul-betul yang tak ada breaknya. Because before, diving used to be my escape, you know, like my me time. It's very quiet down there. no kids screaming, crying.
Only you screaming at people.
Oh yes. Only you guys get to hear me scream.
Yes.
But so I guess because it's been a year plus kan, so actually the first year too, it was really hard for me and Haris, especially for Haris sebab dia pun macam full-time instructor like Najat. But as time goes by, and now dah masuk 2021 and we're still in the midst of pandemic, so we know that we had to figure out like we gotta find a backup plan now. It's like, so now my backup plan is I start niaga sikit and macam buat masak-masak. Because
That's why I said you guys have many talents and just utilize it.
yes.
Amazing.
But still, our heart is
Belongs to the
Yeah.
ocean.
It's just that temporarily lah we
Yeah.
have to do this.
dia macam, it sucks because macam banyak hari tak lagi kerja. Macam tu
Yes,
lah.
yes.
Macam.
Faham.
So, it's okay. Waiting for that moment yang macam,
Yeah, we just have to remain positive lah. This thing will sure pass one day kan, hopefully.
yes.
Yes. Okay, kita dah menghampiri the end of our sharing session. Tapi just a quick one lah, very quick and briefly lah. Like, what is your best diving experience? Where was it? And like maybe what did you see yang you rasa best sangat diving experience tu?
Irfa kena jawab sebab I'm so jealous tu Irfa.
Wah, I know I haven't seen apa tu whale tu.
Whale
Whale
shark.
shark I belum pernah tengok. I belum rezeki.
I pun tak pernah jumpa lagi benda-benda yang rare-rare sangat.
So apa yang punya best diving experience?
I pun tak adalah banyak jumpa rare, but
Ha?
one
Irfa, you tak
Irfan ni
pernah.
humble sangat
Irfa
ni.
jangan humble lah Irfa.
Dislike lah orang-orang humble too much ni.
Dislike,
Humble
dislike.
bragging.
Irfa,
Humble
tell the
bragging.
story though. Tell the story.
Dislike.
So time tu Najat was there but wasn't really there.
No, I was painting though. I feel like burning my painting though. I swear.
What happened?
So time tu kat Tioman, I dengan Haris dengan two of our friends from perhentian divers juga datang lepak kat Bayu. So petang tu pagi tu je. Pagi ke petang?
Petang.
Pagi.
Petang lah.
Pagi, petang petang.
Rasa
So
petang.
I cakap
Sebab
jom
I
lah
malas.
kita
Kalau pagi I rajin lagi. Petang macam
dah lepet-lepet and lepas tu kita macam jom kita pergi keluar jap dive, kita pergi labas one dive site in Tioman ni, one famous dive site. So kita lepas tu Najat macam tak apa lah, I nak pin lah. Lepas tu
Dia malas nak dive lah.
tu kita macam
Time ni pula nak
so
pay.
nak pin. Sure.
Okay lah, your loss lah.
Okay lah. Kita pun macam it's just another day kan. Macam tak ada rasa apa-apa special about to happen pun. So we went blah blah blah, then dive apa semua, nak on the way back. On the way back, tiba-tiba kita orang nampak macam a pod of dolphins tau. So kita orang macam dia jauh macam dolphins. Tapi kita orang punya boatman time tu dia memang suka pergi cari dolphins. So kita pun ikut. So it happens to be bila kita orang sampai je dekat that pod of dolphins, diorang nampak macam lain gila. At first diorang besar gila. It's like 2 to 3 meters seekor. And all around us were hundreds. Because ada different pods tau. All around us. Satu pod tu dalam 10-15 ekor. Lepas tu this one pod ikut kita orang nyebut tau. Lepas tu kita orang macam, weh besar gila. Lepas tu tiba nampak macam, wait, dolphins dia yang bukan yang ada muncung mulut bottle nose tu tau. Dia kemek our kepala dia. Lepas tu kita macam, oh my god, apa ni? Lepas tu kita
Dugong ke? Macam dugong mungkin.
dah, sikit tau.
What is it called? It's melon-headed whales, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's melon-headed whales. Lepas tu kita tahu because bila kita macam we decided to jump in the water tu the first time ever lah. Time tu sebab tak ada orang lain sangat. So it's just us. So kita macam masuk.
You dive
and
in
we
ke free dive?
We snorkel.
Snorkel.
We snorkel. So we get to swim with them for good half an hour.
Wow.
It was like Nat Geo punya footage.
Ui, jealous.
I just Google what is melon-headed whale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And time tu
untunglah.
you dalam air, you nampak like everywhere.
Banyak lah.
Sana bawah and dalam air macam
Ui.
kuat
Bunyi-
gila bunyi dolphins tu. I time tu nangis.
Wow. Oh my god.
Ui.
Kalau I pun I akan nangis, saya rasa. Nangis dalam air tapi tak nampak air mata
Moment
tu kan.
I balik
sangat.
siap nangis depan Najat. Najat
doh.
lagi yang macam nangis.
Memang
Najat macam
lah.
Weh,
Najat
rezeki.
Emo gila.
what? Rimo ke dia tak cakap itu.
Ya.
Sampai
Kesian Najat tu lah.
Faham.
Because you
Your
guys,
loss lah.
you have to look at the footage though. There were, like I tengok footage when I macam, you know, like there were hundreds
Yeah.
of these melon-headed whales.
You ada
2
post
to
dekat you
3
punya ni ke?
meters long.
Instagram?
ada kat
Ada,
Instagram
ada.
I.
Nanti I stalk you.
Instagram Haris ada, Instagram I ada.
2 to 3 meters long and hundreds of them. Can you imagine?
Hundreds of them.
You know,
Hundreds.
Memang Nat Geo lah, babe. Memang Nat Geo lah
Yeah.
cerita dia.
Itu that moment memang live in my head rent free all day every day.
Vividly emblazoned in my mind.
Apa lagu
Yeah.
lagu background you waktu tu?
What was the theme song?
Mesti ada lagu-lagu tema kan?
Lagu dia lagu hipster sikit lah.
Faham.
Aduh.
Alright, nice one. Weh, memang jealous lah sebenarnya kalau dengar kan. Okay, I rasa last one before kita wrap up. I think I nak ask a quick Q&A dengan Najat lah. Okay, Najat, ready?
Okay.
Bersedia?
Ready?
Okay, antara soalan famous yang orang tanya bab diving I wear glasses. Can I dive?
Oh no, you cannot.
What?
No, of course you can dive, man. So, if you wear glasses, you got two choices. First choice is usually contacts. Most of the divers akan use contact lenses lah. So there's no problem. You nak pakai contact lenses dalam air, tak ada masalah langsung. You only have to close your eyes bila you buat mask clearing tu saja. Kalau tak, you risk of losing of your contacts lah. But if you macam some people cannot wear contacts, mata dia jadi merah yang merah gila-gila, right? Then I would suggest you just don't even try lah. Sebab kalau atas darat pun mata you dah merah, dalam air masin memang confirm nanti keluar bengkak macam ikan.
But now we have mask yang ada power kan?
Yes, yeah. So you can get that as well. Macam power mask I think dalam RM200 kot roughly lah.
Yeah, you guys can check that out on Google lah. And second question is, do I need to have my own scuba gear?
Oh no, you don't need to have your own scuba gear. You just need to bring yourself and clothes that can get wet lah. And for girls yang pakai tudung, I would suggest you pakai tudung yang macam jenis yang body hugging, not body hugging, it's not the right word. What's
head hugging?
Head hugging sikit lah. Because I pernah dapat divers yang tebal-tebal tudung. So I naik kan. Yeah, so of course lah kita pun walaupun kita dalam air, you kena respectful lah juga kan. Tapi you memang you bayangkan kalau nak tengok mata dia, I kena selak-selak.
Weh.
I kena selak. Jadi obo-obo. So I selalu
nak passion dalam air boleh.
Betul.
Tapi passion yang ikut kesesuaian.
I always wonder macam dia orang ni tak terfikir ke sebelum dia orang pergi diving ni. Mungkin so actually dekat Bayu, I told my mom about it now. So my mom beli satu kotak yang tudung yang jenis yang for swimming punya kan.
That's so thoughtful.
Letak dekat Bayu. So I told my mom, I don't know why. I don't know how to say it as well as a guy kan. Macam tak nak lah macam tak nak lah cakap boleh buka tak ataupun you ada tudung lain tak. Kalau dia kata I tak ada tudung lain, I takkan nak cakap boleh buka tak sebab I tak boleh tu macam ni. Takkan I nak kena cari regulator you dekat mana kan.
Kita kena provide solution lah.
Because when you get into the water, walaupun tudung tu you masuk dalam your baju,
dia boleh terkeluar.
Eventually dia akan terkeluar.
No, even kita yang free hair ni pun macam my hair kan panjang, yes, kan. My rambut is so panjang. So kalau sekadar ikat-ikat biasa pun
tak boleh.
It won't work. Sebab rambut depan ni semua memang akan terbang depan air so bila nak buat mask clearing apa semua leceh. So memang kena sama ada the best option is to braid your hair lah, ataupun like sama ada pakai headgear tu juga, ataupun memang literally kau ikat lah, jangan bagi dia bergerak-gerak. Okay, my third question, does my license expire?
Oh, okay. So your open water license do not expire. If you haven't dived in 6 months, you are recommended to do a refresher course. So basically when you have your open water license, you have it for life lah. So if you haven't dived in a while, you will have to do a refresher course. A refresher course ni an instructor
tuition balik lah.
Yes, tapi you still have to watch some videos, still have to answer some questions. The instructor will evaluate you juga. So if they evaluate you and you're okay, then you clear lah. Tapi if they evaluate you and you're not okay, then you might have to do it again and again until the instructor or Divemaster is satisfied. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. How long will my dive last for?
On average, one dive would last you about 45 minutes. So it also depends on how deep you are diving. So macam the deeper you dive, the less time you have. So for example, kalau 18 meter, you can dive for about 50 minutes maximum. This is due to decompression sickness. And then for 30 meters, you can only dive for 20 minutes.
Nice. So science is basic, guys. The deeper you go, the shorter time you will have.
Yes.
All right. Last question. What happens if I run out of air?
So you got a few options now. So if you run out of air with your buddy close to you, okay, so all divers should have two regulators. Regulator is the one yang kita breathe from lah. So satu primary, which is the one you're using, and satu secondary, which is backup. Okay, so if your buddy is close to you, what you can do is you can share air with your buddy. So you can get your buddy to borrow his or her secondary regulator, so you boleh pakai lah. At the moment you pinjam tu is bukan untuk sambung dive tau.
Untuk terus naik.
Yes, untuk terus naik.
Lampau
Betul.
nak sambung lagi.
sebab
Hey.
sebab ada je. Dia dah, alamak aku dah habis. Tak apalah. Member aku ada berapa? 50 boleh lah. So dia share dengan buddy dia pergi dive lagi. So when you're out.
Ini bukan benda yang boleh macam relay tak ada
Betul.
yang buat hal.
So that's the best option lah you have. So the second option is if you are away from your buddy and you cannot find anybody. So you look around 360 degrees, you cannot find anybody. So you have to do what we call SISA. So SISA stands for Control Emergency Swimming Ascent. So you swim up to the surface, okay, but at a control pace, control speed. So once you get up to the surface, you have to inflate your PCD and jacket tu manually lah. So you tiup angin sampai you float. So that is the second option lah.
Alright, amazing, cool, awesome sharing session. Thank you guys for being here, for sharing your thoughts, your experience. I really appreciate it. Memang sangat best. I hope we can do this more lah in the future.
Thank you for having me, Petch.
Thank you for having us, Petch.
My pleasure. Sebab this is my interest juga, my passion juga. So I memang specifically choose this topic to wrap up PETCHcast for season 1. So macam I feel good about it. Macam tu. So thanks again guys for doing this, for the sharing session. And to you guys out there, this is the final episode of season 1. If you guys ada idea or anything, topics yang we should talk about for the next season, boleh je DM ke apa ke. And till then, kita jumpa lagi lah kalau ada PETCHcast yang lain. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care. Assalamualaikum. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.